monde, il y a du monde, il y a Trezeguet. Ah oui, l'équipe de France est championne d'Europe. L'équipe de France est championne d'Europe. A fazer o remate. Siamo campioni d'Europa.
Oh, sorry. I'm just mimicking what Spain did today. Slicing up the Italian jamon, putting it on a beautiful bread, and just absolutely stir-frying, devouring, grilling, barbecuing. I mean, España destroyed Italy. Now, it might say 1-0 in the title. It might say 1-0 on Google. But that game was far, and I mean far, from a 1-0 game. Spain were cooking. Spain were absolutely cooking the greatest paella you will ever see. If they just had a David Villa, a Fernando Torres in his prime, this would have been 3-0, 4-0. It would have been the same scoreline as 2012 final. It would have been, because that's how dominant they were. Yes, we can say Italy were bad. I think just Spain were almost a 10 out of 10 performance. 9 out of 10 performance. All they just need was some clinical forwards. The only thing I'm going to say for Italy, as we go more in-depth about the game, and shout out to everybody in the chat already. We got 32 of you in the house. Remember to hit the like button on your way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, as we do daily Euro content. Cristante would not even start for San Marino. Cristante wouldn't even start for the Vatican City if they had a national team. Cristante is so bad. But you know what? Spalletti, who's a very good manager. Let's not kid ourselves. Spalletti is a very good man. Why on earth is Spalletti playing Barella as the DM in the second half, and I'm seeing Cristante make runs on the wing and being the furthest one forward of the midfield? Why? You know what Cristante does for AS Roma? He plays as defender. You know why? Because he's not good on the ball. That was so bad from Spalletti. Not really tactically, but just his substitutions. I don't think Italy played the worst in the first half. I just think Spain were so dominant. But this is evidence, and this is why I think that why I had Italy going out in the quarterfinal. They don't have the quality. There's just not quality in the forward department. They have decent quality defensively. Donnarumma, I said he's got to step up at this Euros. He stepped up big time today. Big time today. But my God, that Italian attack. Oh boy, they're going to need some refreshments ASAP. Because if they don't get refreshments, they're just going to be, a team that will arrive at a major tournament. They need that element of a Del Piero, of Totti. And their youth teams have done very well recently in major competitions. They've just won the under-17s. They cooked, was it Spain in the final? I think 3-0. So there is some good talent emerging in Italy, but this team right here, I mean, yeah, it's not looking good. So let's get into the game. Big up to SSB, Liliana, Mr. Bader, Alexander, all of you in the chat immediately. Thank you all for tuning in. As Spain beat Italy 1-0 and basically have won this group. They got a +4 goal difference. They're 3 points ahead of Italia. It's done. It's done. Spain have won this group, and now what's crazy is if it gets to the quarterfinal and Spain and Germany both progress, they will meet each other most likely in that quarterfinal matchup. And with the way Spain and Germany are playing, they are the two best teams at this Euros. Right now, they are the two best teams, and it ain't even close. If only, look, Morata put in a great cross. Now let's go to the lineups for both teams. Spain were pretty much the same lineup, and Italy's the same lineup as well. I want to say that Italy had some good build-up play in that first half. The decision-making and the final ball, I mean, DiMarco at least 3 times in that first half, if he put in a good cross, maybe he would have found Scamacca at the back post, Chiesa at the edge of the box. That would have been a good decision-making from DiMarco, but the final ball from Italy in that first half was so pedestrian. They were looking like, I don't know, Bari or something like that. They didn't look like the Azzurri. They were looking like Bari, the team from the southeast of Italia. I mean, it was so horrible, but Spain just this is what I love about Spain, and I highlighted this in my preview for Spain heading into these Euros, is that they're not just a team that want to keep possession, 100 passes, where they just go left to right, left to right, left to right. No, they are a direct team. They will concede goals, but they're going to be a fun team to watch. And the two youngsters, they need to step up. And my God, I saw some crazy things about Nico Williams after the last game where he's the Spanish Istro speed. Well, today, he was the Spanish, I don't know what, maybe Ronaldinho. Because Nico Williams was absolutely magnificent. He almost scored that ridiculous goal in the second half. And the same thing for Lamine Yamal. Now, it wasn't the best of Lamine Yamal, but the guy is 16 years old. The dude is going to go study physics after this, after doing that to Italy. Both of these players, I mean, Spain are locked. They are locked for those two positions for the next 10 to 15 years. So it's just incredible. Wait, 2038. The 2038 World Cup, Lamine Yamal will be 30 years old. What is this? What is this kid doing? But Nico Williams, incredible. Di Lorenzo, I thought I was watching Serena Williams versus Maria Sharapova in that whole entire game between Nico Williams and Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo is going to have absolute nightmares about Nico Williams in his sleep. Because the guy was just go faint one way, faint the other way, nutmeg. I mean, Nico Williams was cooking the ultimate meal. The midfield was great. I thought, again, Fabian Ruiz, really good performance, just controlling and has the wonderful touch where he's able to beat a man. Same thing with Pedri. Pedri, if his decision-making was a little bit better, because there was a lot of space for him in that first half where he did well to leave a man. If he had that final pass, it would have been a little bit better for Pedri, and he should have scored in that first half. That header, I don't know why you can't direct it into one of the corners, but it was a great performance. That Morata cross as well in the first half, incredible ball. Nico Williams should have scored there. So this game, with the amount of chances that Spain had, wait, actually, how many chances did they have entirely in this game? Spain had, oh my God. Get ready to hear this, people. Get ready to hear this. Spain had 57% ball possession. Italy had 43. Spain had 21 shots. Italy had 4. 9 of them were on target. 1 on target for Italy. And they had a 2.05 expected goals compared to Italy's 0.21. If you tell me that is not a clinic, and if you watch the game, you know that Donnarumma made some couple impressive saves, and also just Nico Williams hitting the crossbar, Lamine Yamal almost scoring a worldie. It was just inches from going into the top left corner. Just overall, Spain were fantastic. All facets. Carvajal, Cucurella really stepping up in these two games. He's been excellent, I thought, especially today going up against Chiesa. Cucurella locked him down. That shows that maybe Sideshow Bob is critical in football. Fellaini to now Cucurella, incredible performance by him. And overall, Spain were just fantastic. Yeah, they might not be having the quality of Iniesta, Xavi, Fabregas, Xabi Alonso, these sort of guys, Busquets, but they are just such a good team. The talent pool that Spain have, compared to what they had in the 90s to the 80s, Spain got it. Spain got it in all facets, and they're just going to keep producing player after player after player because they have good coaching and they just have the talent. They play the proper football in international football. You need technical skill, and every Spanish player has technical skill. So yeah, great performance. And even Jose Perez came off the bench, who was former Newcastle player, and Jose Perez was cooking. He should have scored at least one of those chances. Donnarumma made a couple good saves. Now let's get to Italy, right? We'll kind of go back to Spain in a little bit. Italy were just, it just shows you this talent pool is not good enough. It isn't. Jorginho couldn't do anything in that first half. Nada. He looked slow. He looked like he couldn't play football. Di Lorenzo was abysmal, and that's why they got to get a better right back, Italy, because Di Lorenzo couldn't. He did well in that one chance for Morata, but the guy's going to have nightmares. Bastoni, Calafiori, can I really blame them? Not so much. They had so much to do because either the midfield couldn't defend against Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, and Pedri because they were constantly making run, or then Morata was making a run. So Bastoni and Calafiori had a terrible day. Like, not in the sense that they played bad, but they had to deal with so much adversity after a wave of attack. Scamacca, another big disappointment. Hold-up play, getting dominated by Lenormand and Laporte, not good enough. But I'll say it again. I thought their build-up play was quite decent in the first half, but just the execution was so poor. For a country that produced the best suits, incredible cars, their final ball, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, overall, Italy, it just shows you they're not ready to win this Euros. No. Spalletti needs time. They need to get a new breed of attackers. They need a new breed of maybe a right back. Italy got some talent within their team, but it's just, as a whole, it's not. Let's compare the forwards for Spain and Italy. Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal, against Chiesa and Pellegrini. And Chiesa did not have a good game today, even though he didn't really get a lot of the ball. And when he tried to drive it, Cucurella just locked him up today. Chiesa only had really one chance in the entire game, and that was at the end of the first half, which was the first shot for Italy. Just speaks volumes of how dominant this game was. And Italy now have a tough position. Yeah, look, you're going up against Croatia. Croatia, they somehow always find a way to just dig deep and get a result. So if you're Italian, I would be a little bit worried. I would be. A point is fine, and I don't want Spalletti to approach that game thinking to himself, let's just get a point here. Croatia are not a good defensive team, so the likes of Scamacca, Chiesa, and Pellegrini, they got to step up. But look at this bench, people. I mean, look at the options that came off the bench for Italy. I don't know how Cristante has a 6.7. The dude should have a 0.7. Cristante was awful. Passes was terrible, but if he played the DM role, he would have probably been better. I don't know what Spalletti was thinking with that halftime substitution. Yeah, Jorginho wasn't the greatest, but don't play Cristante as the attacking midfielder. I was looking at Cristante playing next to Scamacca. I'm like, what? What is Spalletti doing here? And we know he's a good manager. That was terrible from Spalletti. Cristante, I mean, Zaccagni did pretty well. Retegui, did he play? Did Retegui play? And maybe Cambiasso. Now, Cambiasso plays more. He can play as a midfielder. He can play as a right wing back. Could you possibly say that, okay, move Chiesa to the left wing, play Cambiasso as the right winger, and then, yeah, I guess you could have a midfield of Pellegrini, Jorginho, and Barella for the next game. Because Fratesi, you could see today, he had a good game against Albania. Yeah, Fratesi today, he just looked like a fish out of water. And Zaccagni was I agree with Alessio. Zaccagni was the only good player that came off the bench. The rest of them, and Cambiasso, I would actually say Cambiasso did well. The rest of them, you would think they would play for San Marino. You would. Not maybe. Retegui, he's a striker who needs service, so I can't really blame him. Raspadori didn't really have enough time. Cristante, Jesus Christ. Cristante. And look at the substitutions that Spain made. Jose Perez I actually thought was pretty good. Orizabal, he was okay-ish. Alejandro Baena, I really like him from Villarreal. I really like this player. So it's just the subs for Spain made an impact, while the subs for Italy made zero impact. Zero. And it seemed like Spain knew that this was a big game, and they stepped up to the plate, and Italy just said, "Nah, we're not good enough team. We're just gonna shiver into a little shell and not have pride in the Azzurri." They didn't have any pride today. They just got outplayed, outfought. The pressing from Spain. Look at this pressing from Spain to England. Spain knew exactly when to press and how to press, and England don't have that concept within their blood. They don't have that in their blood. Spain have it in their blood immediately from birth. And they showcased it today, and they absolutely just cooked. I mean, just cooked them. And now I want to ask the question, people. Who's played better football, or who looks more impressive to you? Spain or Germany? Because I think we can all agree that they have been the two best teams so far at this Euros. Who's been better, Spain or Germany? The only question mark I have for Spain is They did defend well for the last, I would say, 10 minutes when they did face a little bit adversity. They just play a very open game. So when a team has a lot more quality going forward, how will Lenomar, how will Laporte do? Because Cucurella and Carvajal gotta play exactly the same way defensively against the higher quality teams at this Euros. Because Italy's attack is just like, I feel bad for Chiesa, even though Chiesa did not have a great game today at all. But I was just looking. There was so much space for Italy in that first half that if they just played the right pass, they would have been through on goal. But over again and over again and over again, they effed it up every single time. 100%. This is why I said immediately at the start of the stream. If Spain had a David Villa or Fernando Torres in his prime, they would have won this game 4-0. They would have put an absolute clinic on this Italian team. They would have been 4-0, just exactly like 2016. Yeah, Carvajal is suspended for the last group stage game, and also Rodri. So, hey, those two guys get the rest, and I'm pretty sure Luis de la Fuente is going to rest a lot of players because they've basically secured this group. It's done. They got a +4 goal difference. Italy, they're not going to beat Croatia. It's done. It's done. So, Spain are in the round of 16, most likely as group winners. So that's incredible feat. Especially in a tough group. Everybody was predicting that this could be the group of death, but Spain have just said, Croatia, Italy, done. Done. Yeah, Luis de la Fuente has done an incredible job. Knockout stage, they fold? Possibly, but Zaire, let's be honest. You compare this Spain team to like the last World Cup, I think this Spain team just looks so much more threatening going forward, where it's not heavily reliant on the midfield creating. You get out wide to Lamine Yamal, one-on-one situation. You get out wide to Nico Williams, one-on-one situation. Then you got Cucurella making an overlapping run. Carvajal, did you see that one sequence where Lamine Yamal was cutting inside in the first half? They played a beautiful, I think it was Fabian Ruiz, one touch to Carvajal, one touch to Rodri at the edge of the box. I mean, that was just, that's when you know that is Spanish football in a nutshell. Passing, off the ball movement, and unfortunately the shot got blocked. I think that would have went into the bottom right corner, and Rodri would have had another big goal in a big game. Using his manager skills from the youth teams, exactly. Luis de la Fuente clearly can see that this next generation of Spanish players, they just want to play direct. They don't want to just keep the ball, keep possession. Oh, you're having 95% passing accuracy. Oh, you're having 93%. No, he's saying take risks. We're a good team here. And Carvajal, being the leader, he's done a great job so far, even though he is a bit of an a-hole, but you need an a-hole in your team. You need those sort of players to get under the skin of the opponent. And Carvajal does that extremely well. And wow. Won this competition. We have seen that before? Yeah, we have. Michael, how many nutmegs did you see by Spain? Oh, they were selling souls. And I thought the Italian players were just going to straight up give up and say, I want to go home. Get me home ASAP. Get me home. Yeah, barbecue chicken alert for Nico and Lamine Yamal. They should have scored more. This, Barry and everybody in the chat, this was a 4-0 game. We've seen this before, major competitions, even in the league. You can cook a team with so much possession, with so many chances. You're just not clinical enough. And then the scoreline, you don't even watch the game. You're like, oh, they only won 1-0. Must have been a tight game. No, this was not a tight. This was an destruction, annihilation by España. Yep, they are. Vitinha. I thought Vitinha was actually pretty good against Czech Republic, and Fabian Ruiz. Has he been the best player for Spain in these first two games? You know what? Lamine Yamal, he's showing those wonderful pictures online of him doing homework. Oh, look at him. He's learning about physics and he's studying chemistry. Cool. No. Lamine Yamal is studying the opponent. He's getting the X-Files on all of these opponents. And he saw DiMarco today. And DiMarco did actually a pretty decent job. Still, you just see the impact that Lamine Yamal has and Nico Williams. Oof. They're like, all right, your turn, my turn. Your turn, my turn. Let's put on a clinic. Fruit sellers for now. One commentator said Perez nutmeg Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo has a family. No, man. Di Lorenzo got absolutely just soul to soul, man. Di Lorenzo might contemplate retiring after this game, because that's how much he got cooked. Oh, I kind of feel bad for Di Lorenzo, but you got to stand up to the challenge, and he did not stand up to the challenge today. Now, yeah, what do you want me to say about Rodri? Rodri is the best DM in the world. He's a top 3 player in this world. Rodri, if Rodri doesn't play for Spain, then I would be worried, because he is just everything. He is the glue for Man City, and he is the glue for Spain. With no Rodri, no chance of winning this Euros. Lamal is Mahrez with athleticism. Yeah, very similar players. Yes, the dribbling, the body feints, it's very similar to Mahrez. Yeah, Pedri was okay. I don't think it was Pedri's best game. Like, he should have scored in the first half with that header. Some of his passes, especially in the final moments where he was at the edge of the box, it could have been a little bit better from Pedri, but still, impact. He's got the impact, man. I know the World Cup is 2 years away, but I really like to see this Argentina team play against this top team. I would love to see Argentina play against the Spanish team. That would be a battle. That would be a battle. Yeah, you might as well, because they're winning all these tournaments. They just won the under-17s. The U19s, I think they won... Was it the U19s or the U21s just won a tournament? There's clearly talent emerging in Italy, but it's going to take a while. It is going to take a while. It was just that generation at the last Euros. You know, the Chiellinis, the Bonucci's, the Verrattis. That was the last dance for those guys, and they won the tournament. This is now... We're in a stopgap between the generation for Italians. They could still make it to a quarterfinal, round of 16, but winning it, they are far from it. Far from it. They're going to need Donnarumma to turn into prime Yashin and have an incredible tournament. Otherwise, they're not going back-to-back. They're not. Does he even have ankles after this game? I don't think so. Michael, no Verratti, no party. That's the narrative. Hey, you can run with it. You can run with it, SSB. Run with that, whatever narrative you want to. Yeah, Cucurella was really good today. Really, really good today. Big up 10 Dime. So happy. Viva España. Contenders to win. Yep. Based on these 2 games, Spain are definitely one of the favorites. 100%. Just the thing is, if Germany win their group, Spain win their group, they both win the round of 16 game, they will face each other in the quarterfinal. That would be an epic matchup, would be Spain and Germany, based on the way these 2 teams are playing right now. Yeah, they'll be back. They'll be back in 2028. Yep, 100%. How about those... come on, Lou, man. You cannot be salty. You cannot be salty. Italy got smacked up, stir-fried, barbecued, whatever you want to say. You can say, oh, they dive in this sort of... They can dive, and they can still outball you. That's what Spain did to Italy today. I'm sorry to my Italians. Much respect to your nation, but today, it was just clinic. I'm liking this new intensity in Spain. They played too passive under Luis Enrique. Yeah, man. Then Luis Enrique would go onto Twitch and say, oh my God, we kept the ball like this. We kept the ball like that. We created this chance, that chance. No, Luis Enrique. You're playing boring football. You're not playing football that the players enjoy. You can tell that every player on Spain is enjoying the football they're playing. And that will then give them more confidence and more joy. That hey, if we just play our game, we can win the Euros. That's how these Spanish players are playing right now, and that's the mentality they got. And I gotta respect that, because Luis de la Fuente has installed that within these players, and he's won at every level at youth level, U17, U19, U21s, and now can we get to the men's? Oh, maybe Luis de la Fuente will complete football. Maybe Spain would beat Germany right now. Ugh. He should not be playing at the Olympics. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, it could be an early final. Lou, man. Lou, man. You cannot. I mean, do I need to show the stats of the game, people? Look at this clinic. Oh, my. Donnarumma making 8 saves. 8 saves. Ugh. Oh, they destroyed them, man. Yeah, I agree, RD. They absolutely destroyed them. I'm just loving the way Spain are playing under Luis de la Fuente. And now the question gets to, because basically Spain have won this group. I just don't see Italy beating Croatia by 4 goals, or Spain losing to Albania and diminishing their goal difference. Are you worried now with Italy going up against Croatia? Because, yeah, Croatia defensively are not good. but it's Croatia at the end of the day. Does that generation have one last game within themselves to say, hey, we can make it out of this group? And what about Albania? Because Spain are most likely going to field a B team in that final group stage game. So then Albania got to think to themselves, all right, we just got to get a 1-0 win, or kind of similar to how Ireland beat, was it Belgium or Italy back in 2016? They just needed to get a win, and they were in the round of 16, and they got it. I think it was Brady was the guy's name with 10 minutes to go. Albania could do similar to Ireland in 2016, just get that 1-0 victory, 10 minutes to go, and they advanced to the round of 16. But boy, Italy got to play a lot better. If they play like that against Croatia, especially with the build-up play, Croatia might make some changes in the lineup, and then that game will get super intriguing. So that is... Oh, we might have to do a watch-along for that game. We might have to do a watch-along for Italy and Croatia, because it could get tense for my Italians. Oh, it could get tense for you guys. I hope it doesn't, but I do fear the worst. I do fear the worst. Even though I would say 3 points, -1 goal difference, it could be enough right now. Let me actually check that. Who's in that position at the moment? I think it could be enough. 3 points, -1 goal difference. What do we think, people? Because right now Slovenia has the top spot with 2 points, 2 draws, 0 goal difference. Albania. So yeah, I think maybe 3 points will be enough, and a -1 goal difference. I think it will be enough. Italy's main problem is that they were far slower than Spain. Yes, the athleticism between the two teams was vast. Absolutely vast. Like the speed at which Spain moved the ball and off the ball. They were miles clear of Italy. Miles clear. Now, is that Spalletti's fault? No. I think that just comes down to this generation of Italian players, and also the Spanish league is still... I would still say La Liga is better than Serie A, but that's because, Real Madrid are so good. Barcelona, yeah, they've fumbled the bag recently in Europe. And Italy have improved a lot within the Serie A. And there's a lot of good coaches, but Italy just need to build up the play quicker. That's kind of the issue. Maybe I see in Serie A, it's not really a slow league. Like, a lot of teams play quick. I remember, obviously, Atalanta play really quick football. Fiorentina do as well. But it's some of the Italian players, like a Fratesi, Pellegrini, they're not really a winger. And that's kind of how Spalletti was trying to play them in both of these games. Even though Fratesi was more of a right CM, Pellegrini was the left CM / left wing. And the guy doesn't have any pace. He's a very good technical player. You know what this team needs? It needs Berardi. That's what they need. They need Berardi from Sassuolo, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see the same Berardi anymore because he's got an Achilles tear, so that's what they're missing. If they had like a Chiesa with a Scamacca needs to play a lot better, then with a Berardi on the right, that would look a lot more threatening on the counterattack, and then Italy could have done something against this Spanish defense. But it's Pellegrini, it's Fratesi, it's Chiesa, it's Scamacca. Yeah, Lenomard. Quality center back from Real Sociedad. So, wait, who said that? Yeah, Bilbao. Look, the Basque country, I don't know how many players exactly they have in this national team. They're good. They're producing some very good ballers right now. The Basque country. He was. Oh, not even just the goals. It's just the clutchness that which David Villa was showing up for Spain. Whew. The guy was unbelievable. Yep, Sassuolo got relegated, 100%. Yeah, I think so too. I think Italy will just do enough to beat Croatia. Croatia are not good defensively, so that game could go either way. Because Croatia they always want to do it the most difficult way possible, but they find it. They find a way somehow. Yes, of course. And Basque coaches, though, best in the world. Yep. I think it's like, was it the Champions League or something like that? There was like 6 or 7 coaches from the Basque country. What an incredible football area. And Cucurella was the reincarnation of Puyol. He was great. He's been... Cucurella in these 2 games, amazing. Croatia always finds a way to concede. That too. They do always find a way to concede. But everybody, let's kind of preview tomorrow's games. Before we head out, if you could all kindly please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're only on 33 likes. You guys are performing like Cristante with the like button. that means you're all San Marino level players. So please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, as we are doing daily Euro content. God, Cristante. Oh, I cannot get over how bad he is. I really can't. He is so bad. Oh, Cristante. Oh, him and Ralston, they have been the two worst players at this Euros. Easily. They've been the two worst players. So, early kickoff tomorrow. We got, let me actually zoom in for you people so you can all see here. Give me a second. There we go. So, we obviously got Slovakia, Ukraine. There might be a watch-along for the game, people, so join me for that. That should be a very intriguing game because Ukraine got to bounce back and Slovakia played good football under Calzone. So, yeah, we might do a watch-along because the early kickoffs at this Euros are providing some very, very tasty games. Then we got Poland and Austria. Both teams got to win if they want to advance to the knockout stage. And then the big one, we got Netherlands versus France. No Mbappe. The guy got... we already showed Mbappe's mask. Great mask. Absolutely great mask. Calzone, yeah, that's his name. His name is Calzone. Or Calzone? I think it was one of those two. And yet, Lewandowski, I think he should be back for Poland. And Poland did play good football in the game against Netherlands. The Netherlands-France game, I'm intrigued because France were very good defensively against Austria, but Austria kind of lacked that firepower up front. Calzona. Okay, thank you very much. It's either Calzone or Calzona. Austria just lacked that attacking power up front. So Netherlands do have better players going forward with the Gakpo. Yeah, Memphis Depay, man. If you're going to have the headband, you got to play like you're wearing the headband. So I'm fascinated to see then how France also look without Mbappe in the team. Yeah, look, it's going to be good. And obviously we got the Copa America starting in about 2.5 hours. I'm going to try and stay up and watch the game, or I might just sleep now and then wake up around 2:45 and watch the game because I am not missing the opener for the Copa America. And also people were doing Copa America content here on the channel. Obviously, you've seen all the previews. I just did another video kind of debating about after the friendly. So there's going to be a lot of reaction videos because I can obviously not do any watch-alongs for the Copa America. But everybody, Spain, dominant performance, looking like one of the best teams at this Euros. Will they win the European Championship? You let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I will see you all tomorrow for Ukraine and Slovakia. Adios.